To you tonight, above the singing, God, above the music, above the songs.
Hi guys, welcome back. I am excited to make my third video. I finally got to this point now. Really quick, I just wanted to make it very clear with my second video that I made, Lesbian and Christian, how God saved me. I just want to make it clear that I'm no longer gay anymore. God did save me, and I'm trying my very best to live by His word. And I know He is against being with the same sex. The only reason why I'm saying this again is because one of my coworkers asked me, "So are you gay or you're not gay?" And I'm just like, I thought I said I wasn't gay anymore. So I'm just trying to make sure, since she didn't get it, I'm just like, maybe there was others that didn't get it either. So no, I'm not gay anymore. So, jumping right to it, my video is going to be about exposing music. So I know many of you guys that are watching this video are going to call me insane and really think I'm looking too much into it. But I'm going to say how it is and my opinion on it. My opinion, and also I'm going to tell you at least 2 or 3 scriptures, small scriptures of how I feel that can relate to it in a way. So my question is, what are you listening to and what is being said to you? Nowadays, artists promote violence, money, sex, power. They promote everything to just get you away from God. They want you to think a certain way so that can be your center. And this can be any type of music. This can be rock, this can be hip hop, R&B, country. It can be any type of music. So why are these artists promoting this type of stuff? Like, why are they doing that? Do you guys think it's entertainment, or do you guys think that they want us to or act on it? Do you guys think they want us to act on it? Well, honestly, personally, my opinion, I really think Satan has a lot to do with it. And I feel like these artists are like his puppets. And I feel like he's using them to get to us. Because everything on this earth that has nothing to do with God, Satan's going to use his power to get us away from God. And he's going to use the things that we enjoy the most. You know, of course, we enjoy sex. We enjoy money. Most of us even enjoy power. So he's going to promote that and use these artists to get to us. And I don't think we understand the fact that Satan is trying to win as many souls before time ends. And this is a spiritual battle we're going through right now. It's against good and evil. And people don't want to believe that, but that's really what's happening now. So that is what I'm talking about today. And just being careful what you're listening to. So one of the main things that artists talk about a lot is they promote sex a lot. I've heard a lot of songs where they're talking about multiple partners, you know, and I think it's kind of silly how these rap artists will be talking about their main chick and their side chick. Like, it's pretty silly, you know. And they're also talking about having affairs, and how they got revenge. It's just, it's sad that they promote that. And they talk about what they had to do afterwards when they were cheated on, or it just makes no sense, and it's stuff that's against God's word. It also talks about one thing that I don't like, and now it really bothers me, is they're very detailed about sex, like whatever they're doing with their partner. They'll talk about what they're doing in bed, how he does things to her or she does things to him, how he pleases him. And I'm just like, that should be in private. That shouldn't be exposed out there like that. But they do that, and that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Yeah. So we're loving this type of music that these artists are promoting, especially when they're promoting about sex. And we think it's cool, but then yet, when it happens to us, when we get cheated on, that's when it hurts. And that's when we're like, well, oh, this and that, we're complaining, but then yet, we're loving this type of music. So it just makes no sense. You get cheated on, but then you like the music that talks about cheating. Do you get what I mean? It just makes no sense. And we see that a lot, and we hear that a lot. And I don't think we're catching that. We're not catching that. Another thing that music talks about is drugs. They promote drugs a lot. They talk about overdosing. They talk about selling drugs. They talk about enjoying it. I remember how I heard this rapper Rick Ross talking about having this chick like drugging her and raping her afterwards. And I think he got like a lawsuit for that. I'm not too sure about how the story went after that, but it's stuff like that. And I hear a lot of my friends that like that type of music, and I know a lot of people that like that type of music, and I'm just like what if that was your sister? What if that was your mom? What if that was your aunt? Like, it's not cool after that, right? But hearing it about someone else, oh, it's cool. It's definitely cool. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Another thing that is not cool is our kids get influenced by this type of music. So whatever you're hearing, they're hearing it as well. And we complain by the time they're 17 or 18 and they're doing drugs or they're abusing alcohol. And then as a parent, we're complaining and asking ourselves, where did I go wrong as a parent? Well, what were you allowing your kid to listen to? And I understand there's more things to it for a kid to get influenced. It can be friends. It can be what they're watching. I understand that. But music has a lot to do with it. And I know I'm not a parent, but I'm speaking by experience when I was growing up. When I was growing up, I listened to a lot of music that was really bad for me. And most of it was about ecstasy. I remember a lot of the house music and rap. It was terrible. And it always led me to going to clubs, just, man, not sleeping for nights. And my mom was like, she was sort of strict, not really, but she did tell me, like, don't listen to that type of music. You know that's bad for you, this and this and that. And I kept on ignoring her. But I don't think she really put her foot down to really stop me. And I still did, you know. And I think I probably would have avoided drugs, but if I listened to better music, probably, but I didn't. And it's just, man, my life was a mess when I was doing all that type of stuff. And I kind of, in a way, regret it because I missed out a lot in life that I could have been doing that is more important than clubbing and partying and doing drugs. But I was just not in the right path. I really wasn't. So I just feel like music has a lot to do with that. I really do. Another thing that music promotes a lot is money. And I think this is the biggest one. Money is the one that's promoting to the max. These artists, they talk about how once you're successful and you have this big house, you have this nice car, you're a big boss at this huge company, this is it. Like, that's your happiness and you're set. That's what you want to score in life, and that should be your center. Because when you wake up, you think about money. Throughout the day, you think about money, and before you're going to sleep, you're going to think about money, and also for the next day as well. That's what this artist wants you to focus on. Now, I'm not saying to not be successful and not focus on school and having a good career. I'm not saying that, but that's what they want you to have as your center, and God should be your center. Everything falls into place, but God should be your center. God should be the person you're thinking about when you wake up. God should be the God that you talk to when you're going through some issues or you're going to make a big decision. You know, and I feel like we ignore him most of the time. So we do. And these artists are promoting money with their music, that money is everything. Money is everything. And it's not. And everything that we use our money for, to buy all this materials and cars and houses, if we get the privilege of going to heaven, we're not taking that stuff with us. It sucks, but we're not. You know? So I think our focus is too much on that, and it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. So I really feel like music controls your mood, it controls your feelings, and it has a lot to do with the way you act. And we don't notice that at all. Another opinion of mine that I feel and I've seen, I feel like some of the crimes probably happen and occur because these people were influenced by music. Like I said before with the kids situation, it might not be the main source, but it probably had something to do with it. Like a lot of this music now also talks about killing people, about gangs. They talk about rape. They talk about overdosing. They talk about revenge. They talk about stealing. You know, and I feel like that plays out a lot through time. It really does. But then yet, we love this type of music. We jam out to this music. But when it happens to us, when it happens to a family member, or when death happens, we cry about it. But we don't seem to cry about it when we're listening to their music. I just think we have to be very careful what we're listening to, what is being said to us. And we can't go off of, oh, well, Roxy, I love the beat. Like, I don't even care what he's saying or what she's saying. It's the beat that I like. You can't be going off like that when it comes to music. Because everything that's being said to you, you will start acting on it. You will. So, I wanted to read real quick 1 John 2:15 through 17. And it says, do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, love for the Father is not in them. For everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of the life, comes not from the Father, but from the world. The world and its desires, I love that part. The world and its desires pass away. Pass away, yeah. But whoever does the will of God lives forever. And that's beautiful right there. You know, so we can't love what the world has for us and then also love God. We either pick one or the other. You can't try to balance it out either. God should be your center. Everything plays out. You don't need to be focusing so much on money. You shouldn't be focusing so much on like, oh my goodness, I need to make sure I'm better than this guy and this and not. Like, it's just, man, I'm just so speechless when it comes to this. And that's why it was so hard for me to make this video, because so much information comes to me and I can't even say it right. But we are very influenced by music. We are. So just prepare yourself. Prepare yourself, because honestly, like, I feel like music now, it's even getting worse than it was 10 years ago. Like, I mean, back then, music was still pretty bad, but the message was very hidden. Like, you would have to sort of make a research and look into, like, oh, what does this word mean, or this and that, or like, oh, that's what it means. You know, so the music back then, it was very hidden, and even the music videos were not so provocative how they are now. Now, everything is just out there in the open, like butt naked and stuff like that. It's just, it's getting worse and worse. So just be careful, you know. I also want to read Leviticus. That was like hard for me to say. Leviticus 26:1. I also want to read that. It says, do not make it idols or set up an image or a sacred stone for yourselves. Do not place a carved stone in your land to bow down before it. I am the Lord your God. So it talks about like worshiping other people, you know, worshiping stones, worshiping people that like make these stones that start saying that they're gods, and you know, it's false. There's only one God on this earth and above, and that's Jesus Christ. That's the only ruler there is. Everything else was made up through time. And I also read this passage to you guys because it talks about idling. And I feel like now we idol these artists a lot. We do. You know, and idling can be anything, or image, or you can see them as a hero. I don't know, but it's just wrong under God's eyes. It really is. We shouldn't be idling anyone but him. And it's sad because why I mentioned this is because back then, myself and a few friends, we would save every penny to see our favorite artists play out in our town. You know, I remember every year I'd be saving every penny to see someone that I was just like, oh, he's coming to town. I need to see him. You know, and the moment I would go to this concert, I would see everyone just crying and raising their hand and telling the artist how much I love you, and just trying to touch them, and people almost passing out and just freaking out when they touch them and freaking out once they see them. And I was one of them, you know, and it's crazy that we get that way. But then yet that can't take place in church. And then I see people that truly love God in church. And just picturing the way they love God and worship him, and the way I picture it, people being on concert and worshiping a certain artist, it honestly looks the same. So if you ask me, the person that is in the concert admiring and loving this artist, they're worshiping that artist. It's no any different than you going to church and raising your hand and crying to God. It's almost the same worshiping. It's just a different person you're worshiping, and then you're worshiping God. You can't worship two people. It's only one person, and it should only be God. You know, so it blows my mind, and now I'm just like, man, like, I will never do that again. I will never go to a concert and start crying and almost fainting for some human being. Like, not. I can't even love my mom more than I love God. I have to love God more than I love my mom. And I know you guys are probably thinking like, man, she's overthinking this a whole lot. I don't think I am. I think most of us are blind and deaf. You know, and reality hasn't hit us yet. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm actually still going through my playlist right now and trying to delete as much songs that are not good for me and not good for me spiritually. You know, so I feel like this music gets a lot more attention than God does. And I feel like we also obey this music more than we should be obeying God. And I see all this high respect that many people have for these artists, but we can't do that for God. You know? And it's like God gets zero attention. But then on Sunday, we want to give him all the glory, and it's like, it shouldn't be that way. God should be receiving the glory every day, Monday through Sunday. It's like him not letting us breathe through Monday through Saturday, and then Sunday's like, okay, you can breathe now. He doesn't do that to us. He lets us breathe every day. Why can't we worship him every day? And it breaks my heart because he's done so much for us. And he's given us so much opportunity every day. I mean, I think to myself, when I'm reading his Bible, because I'm still a beginner and I'm still learning a lot, I'm just like, man, like, why didn't he wipe this earth and be done with it and explode the whole thing? If I was him, I would have been done. Like, seeing what humans have done to this earth that he created so beautiful and has done so much for us, and we've ruined it and disrespect him. He's truly merciful and very loving. But it's going to get to a point that he's going to show up and he's going to be done with it. And we're taking that for granted. I think we are. And he deserves the honor, he deserves the respect, and he definitely deserves the obedience from us. He really does. And the last one I want to read is John 14:6. This is one of my favorite scriptures that I've learned throughout time, and just love this one. And it says, Jesus said to him, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. He is the way. He is the way, and anybody else, these artists, your family, your friends, are not going to be the ones that is going to save you a seat in heaven. If you want a seat reserved, you need to get with God. You need to start reading his scripture and start learning from it and start changing and being like, what can I do for you, God? You've done a lot for me and have chosen me to live on this earth. What would you like for me to do for you? But we ignore him, and we rather love the world more than we love him. And it's so sad. It really is. And honestly, it's hard. And the reason I've started doing these videos is because I want to relate to my generation. You know, especially from people that are in their 20s all the way to their 30s or even 40s. I want to relate to at least the mid-20s or around there. I want to relate to you guys because I know it's hard for us. You know, there's so many good things that is out there for us, like the clubs, the raves, drugs, the music. I understand there's a lot of good stuff for us, and we're living it as in like, oh, we're young, let's enjoy it. But you don't know when it's your last day. And I know we talk about it a lot as in like, oh, live as it's your last day, YOLO, this and this and that. But are we really living it as it's our last day? You know, I don't think we're not. I don't think we are. And it sucks. It really sucks. So just remember, on John 14:6, it says, Jesus said to him, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Just remember that, guys. And I hope you got something out of this video. I hope you got something out of it, because this has been bothering me for the past month, and it seems like every time I share this with someone, they either ignore me or they look at me like I'm crazy. And I know I'm not crazy. I know I'm speaking something that it's grabbing our attention away from God. It's making us do things that God doesn't approve. So just be careful. Just be very careful. And before I close this video, I hope you guys don't twist the fact that you can't listen to anything, that you can't listen to any country or any hip hop. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying be careful what's being said to you. What are the lyrics saying to you? What is the whole story about? Because every song has a story, right? What is the story about? What is it telling you? You know, so just basically do your research when you listen to a song and be careful. So that's basically it for this video. My next video is going to be about forgiveness. Excited for that one as well. That's something that I've been wanting to talk about, because I feel like as humans, it's hard for us to forgive others, forgive our family, forgive our friends, our coworkers. We hold grudges very fast, and we just need to learn how to forgive. And I'm going to be talking about that. And this is like my favorite side of God. This is what makes him one of the reasons why it makes him so beautiful. There's so much more about him, but for me, this is one of the main reasons why I love him so much, because he's such a forgivable God, and I love him for that. So that's basically it for this video, guys. I'll be talking to you guys soon. And also subscribe my video, guys. Subscribe my channel, I mean, and like it too. Comment on it below, share my video. And for the ones that have been watching my videos, I appreciate you and thank you so much. I appreciate it so much, and God bless you for that. I really hope you guys pray for me. I feel like God's using me a certain way that I feel like I have to do it right. And I want to reach out to everyone, all ages. But my target for sure is around my age group, because I know we have it hard right now. And even the younger generation. So bear with me if I say things wrong or anything. bear with me, or comment below or message me on Facebook. If you didn't get anything, let me know. Other than that, that's it. I'll talk to you guys soon, and I love you, and God bless.
Above the singing, God, above the music, above the songs, let your name be lifted high, Jesus. Let your name be honored, God.